This is a Microbit, which is a microprocessor, which is not quite a computer, but also more than just a random collection of electrical components that have been put together. The Microbit is able to do lots of different things and is very accessible. So if you want to try and learn a little bit about programming or electronics, you can have a lot of fun with this. In the middle, we have this bunch of 25 dots. They are LEDs. Either side of them, you've got 2 buttons. At the bottom, we have some little metal strips, and we have these holes. The holes are just to make it accessible, so we can easily get to some of the metal strips, which we call pins. And we can use those for all sorts of different things, which we'll see as we do some of little projects together. On the back, we've got a USB connection at the top, a reset button. This white thing here is for plugging in some batteries. Like this, you can get a little battery box. is quite cheap. This just has AAA batteries in, and then it has this small connector that you can put into there, so that you don't need to keep your Microbit connected to the computer. You can just power it for a long time just on some AA batteries. It shows you where the processor is. It shows you where the compass is, an accelerometer, and it indicates the pins at the bottom. At the top here, you've got a radio or Bluetooth. So there are lots of different things, and it's trying to make it very clear. This is a Microbit version 1. In here is a Microbit version 2. Everything that you can make on a Microbit version 1 will work on a Microbit version 2. And we're going to be starting with the Microbit version 1 and making some programs and doing some small projects. How do we do that? We want to open an internet browser. And then we can type Microbit. And you'll see it gives us some different options. But if we just follow the first one, you can learn all sorts about the Microbit from this website. The resources here are really very good and very clear. But if you actually want to just get on and do something, which is what we want to do right now, we need to do some coding. What we need to look for is the MakeCode editor, and in this case you can see it's here, the MakeCode editor. This screen shows us all of our projects that we have. It shows us some tutorials. If we look further down, you can see there are lots of different things as you look down, but we're going to ignore most of this, but we're going to start a new project and we're going to do it straight away. Here is a brand new Microbit. Let's go through the process of setting it up. So first I need to get it out the bag here. This is an anti-static bag. It's meant to protect your electronics from static shocks, because static shocks can, although they can give us just a little a little sensation. For the microelectronics, the electricity that goes through some of the very, very small wires there can be enough to melt them and therefore damage our electric components. I've never seen it happen. I don't think it's very easy to make it happen, but it's still something to be aware of. So I usually keep the bag and then I just store the Microbit inside the bag. And here we go, this one's yellow. The next thing you need is a USB cable with a normal USB Type A one side, and then the micro USB on the other side, which is not the USB-C one, which is becoming popular, but the one that you have to put in the right way up. You can't put it in the wrong way up. You plug the USB-A into your computer, and then we need to go through a setup process, which we'll do together. So I'll just plug this in. The computer detects the Microbit, but we don't really care about that right now. You can see it's doing some flashing. An LED, a power LED, is on at the back. Now you can see it's pointing towards the A button, and it wants me to press the A button. The B button. Had to press those both 2 times. And now, can you see what it's saying? The text is scrolling across the front. Oh, it said it once, shake. chase the dot. I think that was chase the dot. This is hard to see. For this part, I need to tip it. So when I tip it towards this corner, the dot moves towards that corner. But if I tip it towards this corner, the dot moves towards that corner. And I'm aiming for the flashing dot. So if I roll it around here, you can see it does that. And now I need to get it into the middle a bit. So I need to do it a bit more flat. Okay, I got that one. Great. Now get coding. So now it's ready. Let's get going. You can see that the microbit appears in your computer just like a drive. If you look in the details, one important part of this is that it tells you the interface version, and this can sometimes need updating. For now, we're just going to ignore that. Putting a program on the microbit is very easy. All we need to do when we finish making it is we need to download it from the website, the hex file, and then we need to drag it into this window. When we drag it into this window, it's almost like your microbit is a small USB drive, and then it will copy the file, but the microbit itself will do its magic and deal with your program and get everything ready, and then just start running it instantly. In this particular project, we're going to make a sad face that smiles when you shake it. So let's press new project. Shake smile. Don't know, give it any sort of name. Let's do this. This is the first time that we've done this. So welcome, new here, take a tour of the editor. Microbit simulator. If you even don't have a microbit, you can practice this online, and you can use this simulator to see what things would be like. You can almost do everything as a simulation, and it's helpful just to test your code. This is where we get all the blocks, which are the things that we can do and the ways that we can control the microbit. This is our space. It's like a piece of paper that we're working on, and everything that we do, if we were writing it down, will be on this piece of paper. We can share projects, yeah. This is where we download our complete programs, and then we can just copy them onto the microbit. We can just press download and it goes straight onto the microbit. Okay, in our worker space here, you can see we've got onStart and forever. So onStart just means when you first plug in and give power to the microbit, it will do this. Forever just means it will run what's in forever, and then it will repeat it forever. That's the idea. Now for us, we're going to start with a smiley face. And to do that, we go into the basic blocks and show LEDs. That 25 little boxes that you can see on there corresponds to the 25 LEDs that you can see on here. And at the moment, they're all turned off. But if you click on a box, it will turn it on. And so we're going to make a sad face. There you go. Now we've got a sad face. We want to have a way of making it happy. So we can go to input. Our microbit has lots of sensors, and we can use those sensors to detect all sorts of different things. And in this case, we're going to be using it to detect movement as the microbit is shaken. Here we go. We are going to make a happy face. And so I'm going to take out show LEDs again. I could do that and I could put that in there, but actually I'm going to get rid of this. I don't want this at the moment. So to throw it away, I'm going to drag it over the blocks that I can use, and then I'm just going to let go. A different method, because it just saves a bit of time, is to left click on the block that you want to copy. Left click on the block that you want to copy. Right click to bring up the menu. Duplicate. And then I have all the LEDs selected already. I just need to change this into a smiley face, which I'm going to do like this. Well, after it's smiled, is it just going to smile forever? No. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it about 1 second, or maybe a little bit longer, So I'm going to put a pause in here after this, and I'm going to click on this 100. This is measured in milliseconds, which is 1,000th of a second. So to have 1 second, we need to type 1,000 in here, which is what happens, you can see when I press 1 second. Or 2 seconds will be 2,000 milliseconds, which seems like a lot, but computers do run very fast. After that, I am going to copy this again, this sad face, and I'm going to put the sad face in again. And I'm going to leave it like that and test it. Now I want to get the program onto the Microbit. So you might just think I'll press download and do that. Okay, good. So the Microbit is connected to the computer like it says. Let's press next. Now it says pair your Microbit. But when I press pair, it says no compatible devices found. Now in this case, this is an older Microbit version 1. The firmware the Microbit has is not compatible with the software that's used on the computer now. We need to update the firmware, and that's something that we'll do a bit later. But for now, we'll just do it the good old-fashioned way, and we'll download the file and we'll put it straight onto the Microbit. Okay, so fine, I'll cancel that. I will download as file, and then I'll just press done. Another way of doing that is going on to the box here with the 3 dots and download as file. In Chrome, that's downloaded, so I can open that up. And here is the hex file. So if I also open up the Microbit that I had earlier, then all I need to do is drag this file across into the Microbit and watch what happens on the back power LED when I do this. So I'm letting go now. You can see it's flashing, and that flashing indicates that data is being communicated between the Microbit and the computer. And now it's finished flashing, and if I turn it around, you can see the sad face. So hopefully, if we shake this, it changes to a happy face, and then it goes sad again. Oh no, you want to be happy, right? Yeah, no, it was to be sad. So there you go. There's our first little project. And the reason this is hopefully interesting, I'd just like to point this out, is because our program was mixing things that we do with things that it does. We were kind of communicating with each other. Next time, the Microbit also has a temperature sensor in its CPU, which is okay to give us an idea of the temperature in the room where we are. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that temperature reading and we're going to use it to make a bar which fills up on the Microbit. So it's just a visual way of seeing the temperature rather than seeing a temperature number. Bye.